Good afternoon everyone. In this video today we are going to discuss on the topic networks and the effects of using them. So basically here I am going to cover a few sections for today. So first of all, you must know what is a computer network is about. What is a computer network is, and devices associated with a computer network. This is a bit of a lengthy lesson, so I'll be dividing this lesson into a few subsections. So out of which today we are going to talk about what is a computer network and what are the devices that we use in order to establish a network. So as you may have seen in office environment, in the school environment, or simply if you go to an internet cafe, there you will find a lot of computers are connected where users perform different activities. So if I draw a simple diagram for you to understand, so these circles I will denote as a computer or rather a PC, and this particular ends are two terminators, which I will tell you what are these are, and we'll say for the time being this is the LAN cable. So I will explain what is this term referred as LAN. So imagine an example, your school computer lab. So school computer lab, you have seen a lot of computers are connected with one another using these cable. Not only computers are connected, also you may have seen a printer is connected, a server is connected. Likewise, different devices are linked together. So why these devices are linked together is to share resources. So the purpose of establishing a network is to share resources. So in brief, if I tell you what a computer network is, a computer network is two or more computers are connected together. Two or more computers are connected together in order to share resources. Two or more computers are networked together in order to share resources. So these resources can be hardware resources. We can say these resources can be hardware resources, or these resources can be software resources. So these are the two resources that we will find in a network environment where the users are utilizing. So hardware resources, I might say it can be a fax machine, it can be a printer, it can be a scanner, or any other devices. As long as it is connected to a network, a computer network, users will be able to share that resources with certain privileges. And also the users can utilize, or they can use software resources as well. For example, if I say there are 1, 2, 3, 4 users are there in this local area network, which I will detailedly describe with the upcoming lessons. What is this word stands for LAN, which is local area network, and what is this all about. So let's say now this has an application. We'll say it has MS Office. This particular machine has MS Office, which includes Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. Let's assume these machines doesn't have that application. So with the certain privilege, user A, user B, user C and user D are trying to access these applications. Yes, it is possible. Based on the privileges given, the users are able to access these resources at any time. So the objective of the LAN is met, which is share the hardware resources are shared and the software resources are shared. Both the resources can be utilized by users in this particular computer network. So we can form or we can establish networks in different ways. Now if you take your home environment, assume you have a laptop and you have a 4G connection. So you have a laptop and you have a 4G connection. So this 4G connection provides Wi-Fi facility. We say wireless fidelity. Let's say this is a 4G device and this particular laptop is 4G enabled. So what happens is basically you are entering the credentials, which is your username and the password or whatever the key in order to connect to this network, and you are accessing internet. Assume you open the browser and you type google.com. So this is also a form of a network. Why I am saying this is a network or this is a computer network? Because you are connecting to the internet. Internet is the largest computer network that we can find in the world. Though you have seen here it is one particular machine is connected. Sometimes your sister might have another laptop or your brother might have another laptop, your father using a mobile phone, a smartphone. So simultaneously all three of us can access this particular network with the help of Wi-Fi. So this network is purely wireless. So you have formed a computer network without using any wires. So then we can consider this as a wireless network. Of course, if you have that particular cable which we known as RJ45 cable, or we say the network cable, if you have that cable, yes, you can also connect using that cable too. So then this will work out. This network is kind of a hybrid form. Why? Because you are connected to the network using a cable, whereas your brother or your sister and your father connected using through Wi-Fi. So it has wired. Now this form is wired, and this particular section or these two users are connected through wireless. So now you have a better idea how these networks can be formed. One way of forming this network is through a wired mode, and the other way of forming a computer network which is wireless. So assume office environment or our school environment, school computer lab. Most of the time you might have observed office environment, school environment is connected, or these networks are formed using wired, or in simple terms we call through a cable connectivity. So this particular special type of cable we give a name as RJ45 cable, or in simple terms we call a network cable. So it has different versions of this cable. Some cable we refer as Cat5 cable, some we call as Cat6 cable, so which we will discuss later on these things. These are kind of practical aspects on what type of a cable we are supposed to use for organization, for school network and so on. So get the basic idea of what is this computer network and how we can in what are the ways we can establish a computer network. Now let's see, by having only the computer and the cable, yes, it is possible to establish a network, as I said, in the home environment. But if you take medium scale and large scale environment like companies and school networks and universities and all, it is not only sufficient to have computers and cable to connect these devices. So we need some other devices, also we call them as, we need some network devices. We need some network devices in order to connect, or in order to create this particular word called LAN, local area network. So in order to form this local area network, I need some other network devices also. So first of all, I am going to list out what are those network devices are, then later we will analyze on each what are these devices are and their pros and cons, or the advantages and the disadvantages. And some of these devices are at the moment, those are obsolete. The technology was obsolete because no more it is in practice, or no more the technology is used. Those devices are taken away from the market. So let's say there's another device, a device called modem. There's one device called modem, and we have another device called a bridge. We have a device called something called a switch, and we have something called router. So we have modem, we have bridge, we have switch. Let me quickly go to the textbook. So you have router, okay, we have hub. There's something called hub. Yes, only the hub. Yeah. So there are 5 devices are listed in the textbook: modem, bridge, switch, router and hub. So let's analyze one by one what are these devices are. So first of all, I will pick the device. So let's go back to the very oldest technology. We'll talk about modem. So if I say in simple terms, modem is something, a device which we can use to establish a network, to connect a network. If I tell you in detail what a modem is about, a modem is something, we know there are 2 types of signals. You might have heard when you are learning in physics or in science, analog signals and digital signals. So basically computers works with digital signals. The older days, the very first technology, when the telephone was introduced, so with the telephone they try to connect these computers. So in order to connect these computers, in the middle they have used this particular device called modem. So the modem is no more available in the market because this technology was almost gone, because now we are leading towards 4G technology and 5G technology. So this is the small brief about what a modem is. If you want to learn more about modem, you can simply Google and you can see it talks about something called modulation, demodulation. So you can further learn what is this modulation, demodulation, and so on, if you are really interested to learn technology and especially electronics. So that will be covered mostly in the physics content. So in here we are explaining the general aspects of what a modem is and how it worked. So we don't need to go in detail on this particular device called modem. Let's go to the next device, which is called as a bridge. Bridge means basically, if I tell you a very simple example, let's assume this is your room and this is your brother's room. Let's say I'll just mark as A. So let's say you have a computer here and here your brother's computer is available. So let's assume we don't have the devices called switches and routers, because these were introduced in the later stages. So during the time of modem is available, they have introduced this device called bridge. So basically the word itself, you can understand what it is going to do. So I will consider this as one local area network. Let's say this is LAN 1 and I will say this is another LAN, LAN 2. Simply you can think, okay, this is your room and this is your brother's room. Now you guys are trying to connect these two computers. So who is going to help is the device called bridge. So the bridge will comes in the middle and it plays the role where it helps to connect these two local area networks. How this connectivity take place and how we are going to connect is all about the practical aspect. So first of all, you have to understand how the theoretical, how this device work basically. So if you take two local area network, in order to connect these two local area network, you can use this device called bridge. How we are going to connect is all about the practical, as I said earlier, so that we can later do a experiment if required, if the resources are available. So this is the whole purpose of using a bridge. So this technology also now obsolete, now no more available, because they have introduced some intelligent devices in the later stages. So if I go back to the list, okay, so I'll go order in an order so that it will be easy. So the next device is hub. So imagine, I'll take another simple example of an internet cafe. You might have heard what is an internet cafe is, where or we'll say a gaming center. That would be ideal for you guys. So the gaming center, if you take, there are they have computers. So in order to link these computers, they are using a centralized device. So these are the cables and these computers are connected. So this particular centralized device is known as a hub. So let's say if you want to do a small experiment with the hub, you might have gone to Amazon or eBay and you will be able to find out these devices, or any other website which offers second-hand devices. Even you can buy and try if you are really curious and interested. Let's say you have at home, you have a desktop computer and you have a laptop computer So, and yeah, let's say you have two computers. So now you want to connect these two computers. So simply you can try with a hub. You purchase a hub and you purchase this RJ45, or we say that network cable, and you can connect these two computers and you can see how the communication take place. I will suggest you a good simulator. There's a simulator you can freely download and you can use it, which was introduced by a leading network organization called Cisco. The device name, the simulator name is called Packet Tracer. Packet Tracer. So in this Packet Tracer, you can simply establish whatever the networks you want. I can show you. I guess I have. Yeah, I think I have that software, but I need to install. Yes, so that Packet Tracer, wait a second, I'll just show you how it looks like. So if you go here and type Packet Tracer free download or latest download, it is available. This is how it looks like. So you can play around with this beautiful simulator and you can do whatever the networks you can connect and you can play around. So if you are learning in detail on this network, IP addressing and so on, I will show you how this Packet Tracer is going to work out. So see, you can see there are different networks we can create, we can configure, and we can do a lot more things. So actually we don't need to buy these devices also. This simulator is sufficient enough for us to work and see how these networks are created and how the communication take place. So if you have any questions, you may have raise your questions. I hope you have enjoyed today's session, and thank you very much.